Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending where on the earth you are. My name is Scott Center, and this is Centerpiece. What you don't see on the screen is you don't see my partner, the notorious Ed Allison Wright, who is in a big government meeting, and he couldn't join us today, which is odd that he would have a big government meeting since it's such a small government in Gibraltar. But nonetheless, I'll try to carry on without my buddy. We have a little bit different format starting today. The World Trade Center Association headquarters in New York has reinstituted the Meridian as our newsletter. So we don't need to do this in the Centerpiece because they are doing an amazing job back there. I urge all of the members, please look at your Meridian. You're a member of this association, and to get the full benefit, you can see what other people are doing, getting great ideas, inspirational stories. So please do that. So what we're doing now, instead, we're getting voices from outside our immediate network. And the very first one, we've got Luciano from Lisboa, who is a real leader in this organization. And he was able to get some fantastic guests that are really will elevate this broadcast and our whole network, and he got them to join us today. You'll also see that I am not at the Georgia Ports Authority as I am every month. We've had a strike here, so it was not convenient for them to have us. However, great news for everybody in the world, because the shipping out of the East Coast of the United States affects everyone. We have settled that strike. So that's a testament to the great labor relations between labor and management or the ports at the East Coast of the United States. So now, Luciano, let me turn it over to you, and please introduce your guests.
Thank you so much, Scott. It's a pleasure to be here and bring along two incredible individuals who are making waves at WTC Lisboa. First, we have Isabel, who leads the Financial Investment Committee, and Manuel, who heads of International Trade Committee. We are thrilled to have them share their insights and experience with us today. So let me present Isabel and Manuel. So Isabel is the CEO of Euronext Lisboa and member of the board of Interbolsa, the Euronext Securities Porto. Euronext is the leading pan-European market infrastructure, running the largest stock exchange in Europe. It connects European economies to the global capital markets, helping business growth and thrive by providing them access to funding. And Manuel, thanks, Isabel. And now Manuel Gonçalves Ferreira, Managing Director of BBVA. BBVA is Spain's second largest bank, headquartered in Madrid. It's a customer-centric global finance service group with a strong presence in Spain and across the world. They are doing an amazing job in Mexico and also in Brazil, offering comprehensive banking solution and support to business. So I'm going back to you, Scott, and please go ahead.
Well, Luciano, thank you very much, number one, for getting these guests. This is really elevating our broadcast. I'm very impressed, and I'm very impressed with the company that you keep over there in Portugal. Well done. And I'd like to know a little bit more about y'all's relationship. So I'm going to ask kind of a strange question of Manuel and Isabel. We'll start with Isabel first. Can you give me two words that describe Luciano? And Manuel, you're lucky you get to wait a minute and think about it, but Isabel, you're on the spot.
First of all, thank you so much for inviting me. It's a real pleasure to be here with you today. I would say Luciano is a dreamer and a doer. He dreams and makes things happen. And that's what is really amazing about him. It has been a real pleasure to work and to interact and to, I would say, become a friend of Luciano over these years.
Thank you so much.
Manuel.
Good morning to all. Thank you very much to invite me. It's the first thing I would consider that Luciano is very empathic. And being empathic, this was really very relevant from the beginning to create and to bring the right people to join the club and create the right spirit. So this was very relevant. And coincidence or not, I choose the other word as a dream achiever. So I really think that the best thing that Luciano has is that he starts by thinking of some idea, but what he really is best is in transforming just an idea in something real and in a short period of time.
Well, I can tell you that everybody on our World Trade Center Global Board sees exactly what you guys are talking about, and we agree. And Ed can't be here, like I said, but he wanted to send in 2 words, and his words are debonair and charming. So you can thank Ed for that, Luciano. So we've set the tone, but let's dive into more serious discussion. Isabel, I want to start with you again. It's clear that your involvement with World Trade Center Lisboa is making a significant impact. Can you tell us how you first connected with WTC Lisboa and what your thoughts on the business club's role in this ecosystem? And if I talk too fast, just you'll tell me and I'll try to slow down.
Well, it all started with Luciano by a common friend, and then he was a board of WTC, and it was really about making me understand what the great project WTC had for beginning of the whole relationship. It is also a fact that there is some similar between the mission of WTC and the mission of a stock exchange. It's all about bringing people together, right? So, WTC is bringing business people to meet together, internationalize, and the stock exchange is also about bringing investors in. New ideas, new projects, and new investment. We have this in common. And then we started with, let's make this, we may have a similar mission, but then we have to make it concrete. And that's where I think myself and Luciano are similar because we like to make concrete. The first concrete thing that we decided to do together was this WTC International Academy by Elite, which is a Euronext program to provide financial literacy, connections, and information and advisory to companies that want to grow and internationalize. So that was the first program, and it is a unique program because it's the only program in Portugal that really puts these 2 things together. And the second initiative was the Committee for Financing and Investing, which we are having now, I think, interesting sessions because good content is probably the most important part of making this business club successful.
That's fantastic. That really is showing the power of what the World Trade Center Network can be. So not only are y'all doing this in Lisboa, but for all those watching, this is a template of what could be happening in all your own markets. That's exciting, and I'd love to see this expanding. Manuel, let me turn to you. BBVA is a major player, and not just in Europe, but as Luciano said a minute ago, globally. And your support for World Trade Center Lisboa is great. Can you expand on BBVA's role within the business community and why you chose to sponsor the business club in Lisboa?
Okay, thank you. Well, BBVA in Portugal is very much focused on helping the companies to grow and develop. And on that process, internationalization is really the key for the Portuguese companies. So BBVA aims to be really a very relevant partner for the companies in this process of internationalization, being in their finance decisions, funding options, and management of financial risks, being it interest rate risks, forex risks, liquidity, market risks in general, but also in finding opportunities to grow, opportunities that can be made through joint ventures or even acquisitions. And all that we try to partner with the companies to provide these alternatives and ideas. And really the focus for us is to help the companies to increase their knowledge and, if possible, their wisdom. And in this increase of knowledge and wisdom, I believe that this fits very well with what the World Trade Center Lisboa Business Club is doing. And really all these committees that Luciano decided to organize, and in my case, the International Trade Committee, well, I think that we are always sharing experience in a very informal way, but at the same time in a very serious way. And that is really what makes the difference. And for sure, for instance, we have today one committee, and I think it's already almost like going to the gym for the brain. It's really something different. And Luciano always is very sharp on keeping the time. Always end at 10 o'clock sharp, so we can be working at at 10:30 or before, and much more fitter. This is really a difference, and I think this is very important. And I believe obviously that the various projects that we are organizing. Actually, BBVA is also a sponsor of the World Trade Center International Academy. So I think that in Portugal, this is becoming really a very relevant business hub. For sure now, for the business between Portugal and Brazil, for natural reasons. But I'm sure that also with Spain and then Latin America and other countries, in the US for sure, and in Asia, that Luciano is also going frequently. I think that we are doing something different, and hope that this could help the Portuguese companies.
Well, thank you, first of all, for the warning about Luciano. He might cut me off right in mid-sentence if I'm running over too long. So thanks for that warning. But I agree with you that the information that's getting out there by y'all's efforts is that's the power, that's the benefit of the network, and also from both of you, I can see the enthusiasm you have for this business, and you're bringing joy to it. So it makes a wonderful thing to be a part of. What do you see? And let me go back. Let's start for both of y'all. What lessons have you learned from WTC Lisboa and other WTC members can benefit from? Since I keep making Isabel go first, Manuel, why don't you go first this time? So what have you learned, and what could other World Trade Center members benefit from?
Well, I think that one thing for sure is the creation of the World Trade Center International Academy. This is something that has been created with Elite, the company from Euronext. And I think this is an excellent way to improve the knowledge of the Portuguese companies, as also the Elite is doing in Italy and other countries now. And I think that joining this with the powerful network of WTC could provide us a very strong way of improving knowledge on one side. And on the other side, I'm sure that being at, well, I'd say that classes, but here business classes, it's really the best way to develop a network, a trusting network. When people are studying things together, they develop a different way to talk with each other with much more trust. And that, I think, it's a very good example of something that we are doing very well here in Portugal, and you can do in other geographies. And obviously taking advantage of both the in-person presence, but also the online classes. I'm sure that if Luciano thinks a little about it, and Isabel, we can develop at some point, eventually not immediately, but at some point, something more global and taking advantage of this experience that I think is being very good.
Thank you. And first, I want to apologize. You might see people walking back and forth. As I mentioned earlier, I'm not at the studio at the Georgia Ports Authority. I'm at my own office, NOS, here in Savannah. And when I say NOS, it's not the global Portuguese telecom company. It's National Office Systems. So don't get confused with NOS. Isabel, would you like to weigh in on the same thing? Basically, what have you learned, and what could World Trade Center members benefit from, other World Trade Centers?
Yeah, on top of what Manuel already said, which I totally agree, I think that, first of all, Luciano tried to understand the local context, and that's very important, and take advantage of what was existing here, the needs of the community, so understand me and understand what he could bring and he could add to this local reality. Then my second point is he had a very clear strategy from the beginning. So he knew exactly where he wanted to go and what he wanted to achieve. And building this business club was a process that was very well planned and that leveraged on the network that progressively the friends of the friends of the friends, and he was able to select an interesting number of those, let's say, leaders or opinion makers or people that could mobilize more people to join the clubs and build new clubs and new content to offer in this club. So work expanded very quickly because of this persistence, and that I wanted to add, because you need to be resilient and persistent when you're building something from scratch, which was exactly what happened here. So he had a blank page when he started, not so long ago, and but he had a very clear vision of what he wanted to achieve, and he had a clear roadmap, and he executed on it very with excellency. And I think most of the success of the business club is about bringing these two things together. One is take advantage of the reality, of the local reality, and the local opportunities on one side, and Elite is the utmost example. And on the other hand, building quickly a network of speakers, participants. He has, I think, 15,000 people in his database by now, which is amazing, given that WTC Business Club is working for probably a bit more. I don't recall exactly the date, but it's not much more than that. So that was really an achievement and something to learn from.
Thank you. I love that, Isabel, about about get the local knowledge, because there are almost 300 World Trade Centers across the globe, and every single one of them is different. Everybody has their own business plan. Certainly we can learn from each other and take the best practices, but it's crucial for the success for each one to have its own individual local knowledge and geared to what the situation is on the ground. Luciano, I have a question for you. You have 15,000 people in your database. Could you please name them? Just kidding.
Probably yes.
I can start it up. I can start it up with the number 1 and number 2. I don't know who is going to be Manuel or Isabel, but I know those two very well. I really thanks them because my ego now is higher. But I just want to mention that not only Manuel, Isabel, but José Magro is a key person right locally here that help us a lot. Of course, I'm from Brazil, and I came in Lisboa some years ago. But he also not only Magro, Isabel, Manuel, but some other people also help us out in putting together this, not only the real estate, but also the business club and international trade area. So it is this.
Perfect. Looking forward, what future initiatives are you planning with the business club, other than all the wonderful things you've mentioned already? And what should we keep our eye on? And that's for all of you. Whoever wants to answer first. Luciano, you go first.
Well, I think the idea of this conference right here, it's much more to spread out the word about the business club. In the pilot project that we have here in Lisboa can be copy paste in any other part of the planet. So the future is okay. Give this example and try to also learn from other examples that we have all over the world. So this is one point. The second point is we are trying to reach in 2 years almost 200 members. So next year we wanna double the size, and then we wanna go to other cities in Portugal, and then we just make a event, and of course BBVA and Euronext help on the Spain Day, which is the one event bringing Spanish companies in Portugal, and then we're going to do something in Spain to Portugal's companies, because Spain and Portugal have a good relationship. Portugal and Brazil, there's also a good relationship, but open up new doors in new countries, and of course WTC is part of this. So this is the future that I think I'm looking for.
Manuel or Isabel, would you like to weigh in?
Well, I agree with Luciano. I think there is a lot of opportunities for growing, and the development of the business hub with Spain after having strengthened the relationship with Brazil is I think one of the priorities. And really the goal is to always focus on the best use of intelligence. That I think is what we are doing now, and being it artificial intelligence that will be much more important and relevant, and mainly obviously always the human intelligence and creativity. And doing that, take advantage of the global platform of WTC. That I think is something that still there are a lot of things to take advantage and to explore. And I think that there are this will be a very good opportunity for us.
Isabel, would you care to
yes.
weigh in on this?
Well, on my side, obviously, the WTC Euronext Academy is a very important project for us that we want to continue to enlarge. And if there is the opportunity to expand it to other countries, we will be more than happy to look at it, because Euronext is in 14 European countries and 18 countries globally. So we hope we can expand and continue this partnership. On the committees, I see now this previous 1.5 years was to kind of set up the stage and start the formats and testing the ideas. I think we can now build on the audience content and the business opportunities and the value creation for participants that now can be built upon this kind of base that was over this month. So I'm sure there will be a lot more to do. Amazing network that can be leveraged for a lot of opportunities.
Great. So thank you very much. I want to thank Luciano for getting these great guests, Isabel and Manuel. It shows the value of being a member of the World Trade Center Association. Me in a small town in Savannah, Georgia, would never meet people like you two without being a member of this organization. And show it really demonstrates the power of the World Trade Center network. So thank you very much. And one more thing, our producer in the background, Mariette Moulier, she loves to have little lighthearted things to keep the joy going. So we have a question for each of you. What is your favorite song and why? Luciano?
I was not prepared for that, so
I know it.
Let's say "Let It Be," because "Let It Be." I mean, that could be something that let's keep the wave, surf the wave, and with friends like you guys here, I can go anywhere. So let it be.
Manuel?
Well, we are the champions. I think that this reflects what we can do with WTC.
And Isabel?
That was exactly my choice. We are the champions, absolutely. That's what fit our purpose.
Obrigado. And one final apology. I'd like to apologize to Moran in Cyprus. He always likes us to have the World Trade Center background, but my computer would not allow me to do it. We tried. And so Moran, this is a test to see if you're watching to the very end. You can comment on this. So goodbye to everyone. Good night, good evening, good morning, depending where on the world you are. And Ed, we miss you. Thank you very much. Obrigado.
Thank you.
Thank you.